Okay, so you're going to see me doing something that I don't normally do, and that is following instructions. I have a great disdain for that procedure. I don't like following instructions. But in order to remove these bushings or cam bushings, you kind of gotta follow instructions. And as much as I hate doing it, I'm gonna bite the bullet and I'm gonna do it. All right. So I think there's two ports in this one, isn't there? Yeah, there's an upper and a lower. All right. So what I've done is I've already driven one of these out, and it's just it might even have the date on it. I love the old ones where they used to have the dates on them, but this one just doesn't have a date. It's got FM, so that's the brand of the damn thing. And you can see if you look in there, that's all copper. They're wiped. There's no Babbitt left in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to my trusty, dusty, handy, dandy, brand new kit and make sure the right bushings. So I do. So what you got to do, and this is supposed to be the right one, and oh, these are nicer. So before I go ahead and take this thing out of the box or out of the little bag, which is pretty simple, these have tiny little ports. You see that hole and that hole? If you look at this one, there's room for error. If you see that, that's got this great big, let's see here, you can see the difference. See the difference? The tiny little hole versus a great big one. I think that's going to work out pretty good. So anyway, I'm not going to take this out yet. You have to use assembly lube, but I just got to make sure that it's close, you know, and it is. It's the right one. They've given me the right ones. So what I've done is I have taken this first one out, and you can see that this is a Babbitt bearing, and if you look at this one, it's wiped. That's just history now, and it takes a while to wear these bearings out to that point. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and remove the next one. See, what happens is this has to fit over that rubber, and then you expand it a little bit so that it fits nice and tight and snug on there. And you expand that out a little bit, just a little, so that it's got it nice and square, and then bang, you push it out. So it fits in the hole nicely. So as long as it fits through here, it does. See if we can get to the next one without too much trouble. Where are we at here? There should be 4 of these things in here. There it is. And to put them back in, it's another process. You just got to do it all in reverse. Okay. Should be number 2. The problem with putting these things in is you got to be dead nuts on with your ports. These holes have got to line up, because if you don't line these holes up, guess what, Skip? You're done. It'll just adhere to the camshaft and done. It'll spin in there, and this will become the wear spot, and it'll just destroy the engine. It'll destroy the block. So you got to be real careful with what you're doing. It's been a long time since I've done this procedure. I actually had to buy a new camshaft, who's it there, because I haven't used one in so long. I had borrowed the last one that I used. Believe it or not, I had borrowed it. So we're getting down to it, and I'm just going to knock it out. last time I did this, I didn't have that wonderful little bore camera like I got now. Yep. I mean, come on. Look at that. Just gone. Just plain gone. There's no Babbitt left in there. I guess I could have probably mic'd it, and probably still can. It's probably okay to do that yet. But, yep. Next, down to the last one. I'm hoping that it makes it all the way in. You just, maybe just smack it in from this side. Which is probably what I'm going to do. Oops. Lost it. Okay, and that's it. So what I'll do is I'll actually go ahead and put that thing on there the proper way, like so. I probably could have got away with the other one, but I didn't. I didn't do it. Yeah. What the hell is this? I guess we'll have to do it that way anyway. Okay. Just come over here and hit it on this side. Box is in the way. I'm sure there's going to be somebody telling me I'm doing this wrong. I love it when that happens, so it's all good. I'll drop my candy. Okay, so there's the fourth one, and came out pretty easy, but again, there's actually some scoring on this one, but it's just wiped. So I'm doing the right thing here. I'm doing the right thing. So, okay, now to put those in, you have this aligning tool, see that? So when you go to smack them in, just the opposite of what you did the first go around. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to clean this thing off, and I'm going to lay this block on its side so I can see what I'm doing. But when I go to put this in, I'm going to put the first one in. Of course, you don't have the luxury of this unless I could probably put it in from the other side. But I'm not 100% sure. Who the hell's that? Somebody's coming in here. I got a phone call from somebody today, or a text message from someone today saying, do not sell hay to a guy. I'm not going to mention his name, but I know who he is, and I'm not selling little bales to that guy either. But anyway, here we go. I'll make assembling things dry. That's what I'm going to do.
What, ruin it?
Huh?
What, ruin it?
No, not at all. It's just, it'll seep better with a little bit of grease onto it, that's all. And it'll slide in. If you don't put it in there wet, you put it in there dry, it could mushroom it over. But, yeah. I like assembly lube. So. Anyhow, what I'm gonna do is I gotta get this thing right.